I died choking on my own blood in the back of an unmarked van, the kind that screams off the books to anyone who's ever watched a true crime doc. The last thing I saw was Derek's face, my boss, my mentor, the guy who'd promised me the world, twisted into something feral as he jammed the syringe deeper into my neck. Loose ends, Liz, he'd whispered, like it was just another performance review. And then nothing. Black.
Gone.
But here's the kicker. I woke up gasping in my old studio apartment on the Lower East Side, the one with the leaky faucet and the view of a brick wall that smelled like regret. It was 3 years earlier, the day I signed on as a temp at Vanguard Financial. My hands, younger, unscarred, clutched the bedsheets, and I bolted to the mirror. Same hazel eyes staring back, but no crow's feet from those 90-hour weeks. I'd been betrayed, buried in a shallow grave upstate that no one ever found.
And now, goddammit.
Now I was back, with every ugly detail etched into my soul like a bad tattoo. The hook lodged in my throat wasn't just the overdose, it was the lie. HR had handed me that temp contract with a smile. All just 6 months. Elizabeth, prove yourself and you're in. I'd busted my ass, uncovering the hidden payments funneling millions into offshore shells, payoffs to politicians and CEOs who treated ethics like a suggestion. Derek knew. Hell, he orchestrated it. When I got too close, he didn't fire me. He erased me. But erasure? That's a two-way street.
Buddy.
This time, I'd burn it all down from the inside. Starting with that first coffee run. I stumbled into the office that morning, Vanguard's glass fortress on Wall Street, where ambition smelled like espresso and desperation. The elevator dinged, and there it was, the bullpen of cubicles, phones buzzing like angry hornets. Sarah from HR waved me over, her bleached bob swinging like a pendulum. Elizabeth, right on time. Here's your badge. Temp desk by the window, great light for those spreadsheets. I forced a grin, the kind that hides knives. Thanks,
Sarah.
Can't wait to dive in. My voice didn't crack, but inside, I was screaming. Last life. This was where it started, her handing me the NDA thicker than a phone book, me nodding like a bobblehead. I'd slaved over audits for Derek's team, piecing together anomalies in the expense reports. Little things at first, meals for client meetings that never happened, travel reimbursements to nowhere. Then the big one, wire transfers disguised as vendor fees, siphoning cash to a Cayman account tied to Derek's golf buddy in D.C. He'd caught me late one night, printer humming as I spat out the evidence. Liz, your family here, he'd said, clapping my shoulder. That led to the promotion pitch. Unofficial. Of course. Boozy dinners. His hand lingering too long. I shut it down. Professional as ever. Big mistake. Next week. The van. The needle. This time, I played it cool. Clocked in. Fired up Excel like it was just another Tuesday. My inbox pinged. Derek's welcome email. Thrilled to have you, Elizabeth. Let's make magic. Magic.
Right.
I archived it without replying, eyes scanning the org chart pinned to my corkboard. There he was, Derek Hargrove, VP of Operations, silver fox with a shark smile. Below him, the minions, interns who'd sell their souls for a corner office. And Sarah, queen of the paper pushers, who'd signed off on my severance paperwork after I vanished. By lunch, I was knee-deep in onboarding docs. That's when I spotted it. The same glitch in the system. A duplicate entry in the payroll ledger. Last time, I'd flagged it as a joke. This time, I screenshotted it, buried it in a personal drive. Baby steps. Revenge isn't a sprint, it's a goddamn marathon with landmines. Afternoon dragged like molasses. Derek sauntered by, all pressed khakis and cologne that screamed, "I summer in the Hamptons." Settling in. Liz. His eyes lingered. Appraising. I met them square. No flinch. Like a glove. Mr. Hargrove. Got any hot projects for a temp? He chuckled. That low rumble that used to charm clients. Call me Derek. And yeah, dive into the Q2 expenses. See if anything jumps out. Jumped out?
Oh.
It would. Alibis for embezzlement. Mostly. I nodded. All eager beaver. On it. As he walked away, I exhaled. Phase 1. Infiltrate. I'd mirror my old routine, bury myself in data, become indispensable. But this time, I'd document everything. Encrypted emails to a ghost account, voice memos on my phone reciting names, dates, $signs. The betrayal wasn't just Derek's, it was systemic. Vanguard wasn't a firm, it was a syndicate. Politicians on the take. Board members skimming pensions. I died for whispering about it. Now, I'd scream. Evening rush hour hit like a freight train. I grabbed a falafel wrap from the cart outside, rain starting to spit on the sidewalks. My phone buzzed, a text from an unknown number.
No.
It couldn't be. Last life. This was the night I got the anonymous tip about the hidden payments. A whistleblower? Or bait? I opened it. Check ledger line 4782. It's bigger than you think. Attached, a blurry screenshot of a transfer receipt. Heart hammering. I ducked into a Starbucks. Ordered a black coffee to steady my hands. The line matched $250K to Consulting Services, LLC. Derek's LLC. If memory served. But who sent this? In my first go-round, I'd chased it, confronted him, led straight to the van. This time, I didn't bite. I forwarded it to my ghost drive, then deleted the thread. Paranoia? Maybe. But death sharpens your instincts. Back at the apartment, I poured a glass of cheap Merlot and spread out my war map, a notebook scrawled with timelines. Day 1 arrive. Day 30, access core files. Day 90, leak to press. Day 180, watch it crumble. Sleep came fitful. Dreams of needles and shallow dirt. Woke to my alarm. Suit pressed. Resolve steel. Week 1 blurred spreadsheets. Coffee refills. Ass-kissing small talk. Derek praised my eye for detail in a team huddle, his gaze sliding over me like oil. Sarah cornered me by the copier. You're killing it, Elizabeth. Temps like you? Rare. Rare enough to kill. Apparently. By Friday, I'd mapped the payment web, threads to a senator's campaign, a rival firm's sabotage fund. Each discovery a gut punch. Memories flashing, my screams muffled in that van. Derek's voice fading. You were temporary.
Liz.
Always were. Temporary. The word that started it all. That night, solo takeout in my shoebox kitchen, I made my first controversial call. I'd hacked the system. Not full black hat, nothing traceable yet, but a little social engineering. Monday, I'd Accidentally shoulder surfed Sarah's login during lunch. Ethics? Screw 'em.
They killed me.
Fair's fair. Week 2 dawned gray. Fog rolling off the Hudson. Office chatter about the latest merger. Whispers of layoffs. I played the part. Wide-eyed temp. Soaking it up. Derek dropped a folder on my desk. Q3 prelims. Impress me, Liz. Inside, the motherlode. Unredacted emails. Sign-offs from the top. I worked late. Fluorescents buzzing like flies. Around 9 p.m., the floor emptied. Footsteps echoed. Derek. Loosening his tie. Burning the midnight oil. Dedication. I like it. He leaned on my cubicle wall. Too close. Cologne hit me like a warning. Deadline's a beast, I said, not looking up. Heart raced, but I held steady. Last time, I'd blushed.
Stammered.
This time,
Ice.
he lingered. You know, Elizabeth, talent like yours. We could make it permanent. Off-the-record chats. You and me. There it was, the hook. The grooming. I met his eyes. Smile sharp. Appreciate the vote of confidence, Derek. But I'm here for the work. Not the whispers. His brow twitched surprise, irritation. Suit yourself. He straightened, sauntered off. Elevator dinged shut. I exhaled, fists unclenching. First parry. But the seed was planted. That weekend, holed up with my laptop, I scripted a phishing email, subtle, from IT support, sent it to a low-level analyst, snagged credentials. Midnight breach, into the server. Files poured out. Derek's slush fund, detailed. Signatures from the CEO himself. Betrayal stacked on betrayal. The firm wasn't just crooked, it was rotten to the core. Monday, Sarah called me in. Elizabeth. Stellar reviews already. Derek's raving. Raving. Yeah. I nodded. Pocketed the USB with my haul. Just doing my job. The controversial decision hit that afternoon. An email from the whistleblower again. They're watching you. Get out. Attached. My personnel file. Flagged. High risk.
How?
Paranoia spiked. Was it a plant? Or real? I stared at the screen. Coffee going cold.
Run?
Or double down. Last life. Doubt paralyzed me. This time, I chose the dark path. Reply. Who is this? Proof. Sent. Ballsy. Reckless. But revenge demands risk. Response pinged instant. Ally inside. Meet neutral ground. Tomorrow, 7 p.m. The Dead Rabbit. Irish pub in Fidey, neutral. Crowded. Trap or truth? I'd go armed, with a recorder, pepper spray, and 0 fucks. Evening shadows stretched as I cabbed downtown. Pub thrummed, accents thick. Pints foaming. Corner booth. A woman in a trench, mid-40s. Sharp bob like Sarah's but brunette. Elizabeth. I slid in. Back to wall. You the ghost. Call me Mia. Ex-compliance. Fired for asking questions. Her eyes darted. Wary. Wired. Derek's not just skimming. It's laundering for cartels. South American ops. Clean cash through Vanguard trades. Cartels? My death just got an upgrade. Proof. She slid a thumb drive across the scarred table. Encrypted. Passwords, temporary. Fitting.
Huh.
Bitter laugh. I tried going public last year. They buried me in lawsuits. You? Similar story. Lie. Half-truth. Why me? You're fresh. No dirt. And word is, you're good. She stood, coat swirling. Use it. Or die trying. Door swallowed her. Back home. Drive clicked open. Files, manifests, wire logs. Vanguard wasn't embezzling, they were washing blood money.
My van ride?
Collateral in a bigger game. Rage boiled. Hot and righteous. This wasn't personal anymore. It was war. Week 3. Acceleration. I fed Derek cherry-picked anomalies. Nothing damning. Just enough to hook him. Found this discrepancy.
Sir.
Vendor mismatch. His eyes lit. Greed or gratitude. Sharp as ever.
Liz.
Keep digging. Hook set. Meanwhile, I built my arsenal. Anonymous SEC tip line? Drafted. Journalist contact from an old pod Save America binge? Emailed blind. Controversial? Hell yes, leaking half the story. Baiting them to squirm. Friday night. The twist I dreaded. Derek's invite. Drinks? Team building. The same bar as last life, speakeasy vibe. Dim lights. I went. Recorder on. Smile loaded. Over scotch.
He leaned in.
Liz. You're wasted as temp. Join my circle. Perks. Position. Protection. Protection. Code for silence. I sipped.
Steady.
Tempting. But what's the catch? His laugh oily. No catch. Loyalty. Loyalty. The word that killed me. I'll think on it. As I left. Phone buzzed Mia. He's moving money tonight. Cayman drop. Intercept. Heart slammed. Decision time. Storm the castle or wait. Wait got me dead. I hailed a cab to the office. Midnight hack. Reroute the transfer. Not steal, just flag it. IRS ping. Automatic. Sirens in my mind. This was it, crossing the Rubicon. Dawn broke bloody over the skyline. My laptop screen a battlefield of code and caffeine stains. The reroute worked. $5 million hung in digital limbo. Flagged for audit. Vanguard servers hummed oblivious. But Derek? He'd wake to a nightmare. I crashed on the couch. Dreams fractured. Mia's face morphing into Sarah's. Derek's syringe glinting like a stiletto. Monday was pandemonium. Emails flew. Urgent. Coded. System glitch. Fed sniffing. Derek stormed the floor. Face thunder. Spotted me at my desk. Coffee in hand like butter wouldn't melt. Liz. War room.
Now.
Conference room. Glass walls. Tension thick as fog. Suits paced. VP of risk. A weasel named Tom, Sarah. Clipboard clutched like a shield. Derek at the head. Barking. Who touched the ledger? I swiveled. I sat quiet. Notepad blank. Tom's gaze lingered. Suspicious?
Nah.
Just paranoia. I tease on it, Sarah chirped. Could be external. Derek's fist hit oak. Internal. Bet on it. His eyes drilled the room. Landed on me. New blood. Temps handle prelims. Elizabeth. You flagged that vendor last week. Coincidence. Room froze. Last life. I'd wilted. This, I leaned forward, calm as a corpse. If you're asking did I poke the bear? Sir, no. But if there's a glitch, I'll audit it clean.
Beat.
His jaw ticked. Do that. Dismissed. I hit the bathrooms, lock stall. Text Mia, hit. They're circling. Reply. Good. Meet tonight. Backup plan. Backup. The full leak. Journalists. Feds. All of it. But controversial as hell, exposing cartels meant blowback. Innocents caught? Possible. My hands shook unlocking my drive. Elizabeth from 3 years ago would have hesitated. Dead Elizabeth? All in. Afternoon slog, faking diligence, burying deeper. Unearthed gold. Mia's files cross-referenced. Vanguard's philanthropy arm funneling to shell NGOs. Laundering narco dollars. Board minutes signed by Elena Voss. CEO, Ice Queen with a Hamptons estate and a private jet. Derek cornered me by the Keurig. Liz, about Friday. Offer stands. But trust is earned. His hand brushed my arm. Electric.
Wrong.
I stepped back. Voice steel. Trust? Like the kind you show temps. Slipped out, edgy.
Bold.
His smile faltered. Careful. Elizabeth. Words cut both ways. Elevator ride home. Gut churning. I'd poked the bear. All right. Phone pinged unknown. Back off. Or join her. Her?
Mia? Or me?
From the grave? The dead rabbit again. Shadows deeper. Mia waited, nursing a Guinness. You did it. Transfer bounced. IRS's eyes. Relief. Short-lived. But they're on to me. She nodded.
Grim.
Derek's calling in favors. Cartel muscle. Real guns. Not syringes. Guns. My death replayed. Cold metal. Not needle. Plan B. Full dump. Tomorrow. I go public. Whistleblower symposium in D.C. You? Stay embedded. Sabotage from within. Split paths. Hers, glory. Risk. Mine, shadows. Revenge. Why split? Den plausible. And she hesitated. I owe you. Last year, you confided in me pre-death. Said I was the only one who listened. Twist. Alternate timeline? Or memory bleed? What else did I say? Burn it down.
Mia.
For all of us. Her eyes wet. I failed then.
Not now.
We clinked glasses, packed sealed. Back home. I packed a go bag, passport,
Cash.
the USBs. Sleep evaded. Instead, I wrote letters. One to Mom, I'm okay. Promise. One to no one, confession, if it ended bad. Tuesday, office electric. Whispers of breach. Derek absent. Client call. Bullshit. I dove into Voss's emails, hacked via Tom's creds. Jackpot. Her directive to Derek. Handle the temp. Quietly. Handle. Like trash. Rage fueled me. I forwarded chains to my ghost. Timestamped. Irrefutable. Lunch, Sarah. Saccharine. Elizabeth. Derek wants you for a special project. Permanent track. Hook baited. Details. Confidential. After hours. Her smile, plastic. I nodded. Insides coiling. After hours meant trap. Controversial choice, go. Wired. Record everything, even if it meant playing bait. 5 p.m. Exodus. I lingered, finishing reports. 6:30. The floor ghost town. Footsteps, Derek. Voss herself trailing like a specter in pearls. Elizabeth. Voss's voice, silk over razor. Impressive work. Join us. Corner office. Derek's domain. Cityscape mocking below. Scotch poured. No ice. To loyalty, Derek toasted. I sipped. Recorder humming in my bra. To truth. Voss arched a brow. Truth is relative in finance.
Dear.
But talent? Priceless. Sign this. NDA slid across, thicker than last time. Clauses for blood oaths. I scanned. Silence on sensitive matters, or face ruin. Generous. But why me? Derek leaned. You see things. Like that glitch. Fixable. With the right team. Cartel cleaners? And if I say no? Voss's laugh chilled. Temps don't say no. They vanish. There it was, admission.
Raw.
Recorder caught it gold. Vanish how? Like the last auditor? Or the compliance girl? Derek's face drained. Voss froze. What do you know? Enough. I stood. Heart thunder. This ends. Or I end it. Derek lunged, hand clamping my wrist. You little. Twist of escape. Pepper spray bloomed. He reeled.
Coughing.
Voss snatched the phone on desk, dialing security. No time. I bolted. Elevator be damned. Stairs. Legs burning. Alarms wailed as I hit street. Rain slick. Cabs honking. Dive in one. Grand Central.
Now.
Tires screeched.
Phone, Mia.
Symposium tomorrow. You out? Not yet.
Gasping.
Got it all. But they're hunting. Get to Penn Station. Train to D.C. We expose together. Together. The word anchored. But controversial nod. Expose now. Or bait bigger fish. I chose bait. Text anonymous to press. Vanguard leak incoming. Cartel ties. Irreversible. Die trying. Indeed. Train rattled north, no. South. Darkness blurring windows. Sleeper car. Anonymous. Dreams, van again. But this time I fought. Syringe shattering. Woke sweating. Voss's voice echoing. Vanish.
DC.
Dawn. Symposium buzzed. Reporters. Suits. Idealists. Mia hugged fierce. You made it. Stage time. Her at podium. Me shadows. She spoke, measured.
Damning.
Vanguard Financial. Facade of prosperity. Engine of crime. The slides flashed, my screenshots. Her manifests. Gasps rippled. Backstage. My phone lit, Derek. Run.
Liz.
We find you. It's over. Over? It was just starting. Post-hoc chaos. Fed swarmed. Question sharp. Source? Proof. Mia stonewalled. I ghosted out. Cab to nowhere. But twist waited. Email from Sarah. Help us. Elizabeth. Or join a list. Attached Mia's address. Threat. Rage crested. Controversial apex. Counter-Strike. From a cyber cafe. I dumped everything. Full archive to WikiLeaks mirror. Tagged as DOJ. No half measures. Innocence be damned. The rot spread too deep. Sirens reel now. FBI raid on Vanguard. Headlines screaming. I hold in a motel. TV flickering. Derek in cuffs. Voss lawyered up. Temporary employee alleges. Temporary.
Still.
Night 3. Knock. Heart stops. Door cracks, Mia.
Bruised.
They got to my place. But you're trending. Trending. Hero? Accomplice? Comments poured. Whistleblower witch hunt. Cartel cover-up? We laughed. Hollow. Permanent yet, she teased. Not till they fall. Fall they did. Arrests cascaded. Derek's trial. Perjury. Laundering. Voss flipped. Ratting bored. Sarah? Plea deal. Singing like canary.
Me?
Subpoenaed. But ghosted. New name. Seattle Rains. New job. Legit audit firm. No temps here. Last hook. Letter arrived. Postmarked Manhattan. Derek scrawl. You win.
Liz.
But was it worth it? We made you permanent in hell. Hell?
Nah.
I burned it. Poured coffee. Sun rose clean. Or so I thought. Phone buzzed unknown. Ready for round 2? HR says hi. Chills.
重sinh again?
No, deeper game. The cartel's reach. My war? Eternal. But damn if I wouldn't fight. Seattle's drizzle was a far cry from Manhattan's downpours, soft. Forgiving. Like the city itself trying to wash away my ghosts. I'd landed here on a Greyhound. Cash from a safety deposit box I'd stashed in my first life. The one with the fake passport and enough to vanish. New name, Eliza Thorne. Barista by day at a Pike Place hole-in-the-wall. Auditor moonlighting for a non-profit watchdog group. Legit work. No shadows. Or so I lied to myself. 3 months post-leak. The headlines had faded to footnotes. Vanguard scandal. DOJ recovers $200 million. Derek's mugshot became tabloid fodder. Voss's Hamptons estate seized for asset forfeiture.
Mia?
Relocated to witness protection. Text sporadic. Breathing free. You? I'd reply, same. Coffee's better out west. But freedom's a fragile bitch. That letter from Derek, pre-trial psych eval. They said hit like a sucker punch. Permanent in hell. Cryptic taunt? Or warning? I'd torched it. But the ash lingered in my dreams. Vans. Needles. Rain-slick alleys. The buzz came on a Tuesday. Mid-shift. Espresso machine hissing as a suit in a Burberry trench ordered a flat white. Eliza. Right? His voice, East Coast polish. Familiar tickle. I froze. Steamer wand scalding my palm. No one here knew the old me.
Yeah.
Name?
Tom Riley.
Ex-Vanguard risk. Weasel face from the war room. Softer now, guilt?
Heard you were in town.
Coffee on me talk.
Talk. Right.
I glanced around, tourists snapping fish toss pics. No eyes on us. Break in 10. Outside. Alley behind the market. Fish guts and garbage. Gulls screeching. Tom lit a smoke. Offered one. I declined. What do you want? Closure. Exhale gray. Derek's rotting in MCC, 30 plus. Voss flipped. Cut a deal. But the cartels?
They're pissed.
Blaming leakers. His eyes darted. You.
Me.
Not Mia. The embedded one. And they sent feelers. Muscle in New York hit my sister. Message. I ran. Figured you did too. Chills spidered. Controversial urge. Bolt.
Or dig. Dig one.
Feelers how. Texts.
Drops.
Last week. Finish the temp.
He stubbed the cig.
You're not safe. Eliza or whatever. I have files. Insurance. Meet tonight? My motel. Aurora Avenue. Aurora. Seedy strip. Neon flickering. Trap screaming. But files? Bait I couldn't ignore. Send location. Solo. He nodded. Slunk off. Shift dragged, orders blurring. Hands shaky. Close up. I texted Mia. Ghost from past. Vanguard Weasel. Cartel heat. Reply. Run. They're endless. Endless. The word echoed Derek's. I packed light. Go bag refreshed. Pepper spray upgraded to a .38. Controversial as hell. Seattle's gun laws be damned. Bought it off books. Range time in Tacoma. Death teaches pragmatism. Motel. Roaches motel knockoff. Vacancy sign buzzing. Room 12. Ice machine humming. Tom answered. Twitchy, pizza box. Laptop open. Come in. Locked the chain. Inside. Stale smoke. Blinds taped. Files. I stayed doorside. Hand in purse. He spun the screen. Dossiers. Cartel links. Colombian syndicates. Sinaloa fringes. Vanguard laundered for years. Post-scandal. They're exposed. Blame chain. Voss to Derek to you.
Me.
The temp pebble starting the avalanche. Why share? Guilt. He poured bourbon from a flask. I signed off on your exit. Thought it was HR firing.
Not.
Swallow. Van. Flash. Tires over gravel. My pleas. I gripped the .38. You knew. Suspected. After. The rumors. Shallow grave upstate. Cops called it runaway. Shame twisted him. Help me testify. Feds need more. Cartel kingpin. Javier Ruiz. Derek's golf buddy.
Ruiz.
Name from Mia's drive. Cayman overlord. Testify where? Quiet hearing. DC. Next week. Protection after. Protection. The Holy Grail. But controversial. Resurface? Old name. Old face? Or ghost forever. Gun stayed holstered. Send copies. I'll think. He emailed bulk files. Encrypted. Password. Temporary. Again. I left. Night air thick. Cab to nowhere. Mind racing. Twist. Was Tom ally or Judas? Files checked out. Photos. Ledgers. Ruiz. Silver-haired Dawn. Yacht parties with senators. Home. A studio in Capitol Hill. Bookshelves sagging with true crime. I brewed tea. Spread prints. Patterns emerged. Ruiz's network snaked west. Seattle ports. Ideal for shipments. Local touchpoints. Docks. Warehouses. One address pinged. Warehouse in Soto. Pacific imports. Coincidence? Or my hell?
Permanent.
Next day. Barista banal. But I called in sick. Rented a beater Civic. Drove Soto. Industrial sprawl. Cranes looming like gallows. Warehouse squatted. Chain link. Guards in hoodies tats peeking.
Cartel Inc.
Parked distant. Binoculars from a pawn shop. Activity. Crates unloaded. Suits overseeing. One face familiar? No. Imagination.
Phone, Mia.
Tom's legit. Vetted him. Go, DC. Local lead. Ruiz here.
Pause.
Possible. Careful. Careful.
Ha.
Night fell. I tailed a truck, plate traced online. Ruiz LLC. Pulled into a Fremont garage. Upscale. Controversial call. Breach. .38 loaded. Gloves on. Slip in shadows. Jimmy Lock barista skills? Lockpick set from Amazon. Paranoia prep. Inside. Concrete echo. Crates stamped bananas. Bullshit. Pry 1. Bricks vacuum sealed.
Coke.
Heart jackhammered. Voices. Spanish.
Low.
Hide behind pallets. 2 goons. Ruiz? No, lieutenants.
La temp, la mujer que jodió todo. Jefe quiere su cabeza.
Her head.
Me.
Laughter crude. Envía el mensaje. Message. Like Tom's sister. I edged out. Silent, adrenaline symphony. Car peel. Safe house. A friend's couch. Borrowed. Files to feds. Anonymous drop. USB and mail. But twist hit. News alert. Seattle port shooting. Import exec gunned down. Photo. Tom. Slumped in his Civic. 3 to the chest. Guilt crushed. My dig killed him. Controversial?
No, culpable.
I wept. First tears since rebirth. Temporary, he'd said. We all were. Feds moved fast. Raid on the warehouse. Headlines. Cartel bust. $50 million seizure. My drop? Credited anonymous source. Mia texted. You? DC.
Now.
Safe. Safe. Word hollow. I boarded the train east. .38 checked baggage.
DC.
Hearings, sterile room. Suits droning. Me, Eliza Thorne. Consultant. Testified veiled. Details. No name. Ruiz's face on screen, smug. Fabrications. But evidence mounted, my files. Tom's last gasp. Verdict loomed. Extradition. Post-hearing. Shadows fed tail? Or cartel? Paranoia peaked. Hotel bar. Whiskey neat. Man slid beside. Silver hair. Accented. Senorita Thorne. A word. Ruiz. Here? Impossible. Bail jump? No. Imposter. Javier sends regards. You stir pot. We empty it. Threat veiled. Hand in pocket mine too. Tell Javier. Temps don't stay down. His laugh, gravel. You not temp. You plague.
Plague. Fitting.
I stood. Glass clinking. Plagues end empires.
Outside.
Rain again. Manhattan echo. Cab to airport. Flight west. But twist final. Voicemail.
Mia.
Elizabeth, they got me. Protection breach. Run. Static.
Click. No. God. No.
My ally.
Gone.
Rage supernova. Controversial endgame. Full circle. Back to New York. Vanguard ruins. Stormed the old office, now FBI seal. But back entrance. Night guard bought. Story spun. Derek's old desk, drawer ajar. Note. Knew you'd return. Welcome home.
D.
Home.
Hell.
Attached. Photo Mia. Bound. Pleading.
Bait.
I called the number scribbled.
Deal.
Me for her. Voice. Derek's. New loyalty lingered. Warehouse. Midnight. Warehouse. Same as Seattle? No.
Upstate.
My grave site. Midnight. Fog thick. Crickets mocking. .38 heavy. Door creaked inside. Lights stark. Mia tied.
Bruised.
Derek. Flanked by goons, not cartel.
His crew.
Released? Liz. His smile. Victorious. Family reunion. Mia gagged. Trap. Gunshot. Her head snapped, blood spray.
No.
Scream tore. You. .38 barked.
Goon down.
Second lunged. Wrestle. Shot wild. Derek bolted, chase. Fog swallowing. Upstate woods, branches whip. Elizabeth, his call mocking. Found him. Clearing. My old grave fresh dug? No, empty.
Bones? Gone.
He turned.
Pistol raised.
Twist.
Liz.
Cartel deal. Your head for mine free. But I kept the bones. Trophy. Trophy. Monster. I fired grazed. He returned, thy fire.
Down. Crawl.
Pain symphony.
Why?
Power. You were obstacle.
Now?
Legend. Laugh bubbled. Sirens distant. My anonymous tip. Pre-meet. Feds swarmed. Derek cuffed. Me bleeding. Temporary ends. I gasped. Hospital. Mia's ghost. Tom's echo. But alive. Permanent scar. Epilogue. Trial star Elizabeth Hale. Reinstated. Vanguard dissolved. Assets to victims.
Me?
CEO of reformed watchdog. No temps. All permanent. But nights? I wake gasping. Rebirth's gift. Second chance. Curse. Endless watch. Hell?
Nah.
Mine now. The gavel's crack still echoes in my skull like a migraine that won't quit. Guilty on all counts. Derek Hargrove sentenced to life, without the poetry of parole. The courtroom in Lower Manhattan had been a circus, reporters jockeying like vultures. Victims' families dabbing eyes with monogrammed hankies. And me, Elizabeth Hale. Front row. Deader inside than I'd ever been alive. Mia's empty seat beside me was the real killer. A void that swallowed the cheers when the judge intoned, remand forthwith. Forthwith. As if words could hurry justice. Feds had airlifted me from that upstate hellhole. Thigh wound stitched in a chopper reeking of antiseptic and regret. Derek's last laugh, legend, faded under morphine haze. But his eyes, they haunted. Twin voids promising sequels.
Cartel deal.
He'd spilled an interrogation, Ruiz's get-out-of-jail card. My skull the toll. But feds flipped a goon mid-raid, Ruiz extradited to Bogota. Chains rattling like maracas at a funeral. Post-trial. The machine churned, depositions. NDAs shredded like confetti. Vanguard's corpse picked clean, assets liquidated. Pensions restored. Sarah? Community service. Her Bob Grayer. Smile plastic, as ever in plea photos. Tom? Avenged in death. His files the linchpin.
Me?
They called me the Temp Avenger in Vanity Fair, glossy spread. My journey from cubicle to crusader. Bullshit romance. I posed in a power suit. No smile. Eyes screaming, don't fuck with me. The permanent position? Irony at its finest. Reinstated not as temp, but as Chief Compliance Officer for Phoenix Trust. Vanguard's Phoenix from Ashes, reformed, federally overseen. Mission transparency or bust. Board begged. Your insight. Elizabeth. Invaluable. Insight.
Huh.
I took it for the corner office. The six-figure salary. The irony of auditing ghosts. Seattle dreams shelved. Back to the grind. But armored. First week. Orientation farce. New hires wide-eyed. MS. Hail. Your TED Talk on whistleblowing. Inspirational. TED Talk.
Pushed by PR.
Scripted trauma porn. I nodded. Signed paychecks. Buried the .38 in a safe. No more guns. Words were my ammo now. But controversy brewed subtle. Old allies whispered, sell out. Phoenix was clean on paper. But finance? Rot festers. A merger loomed with a Latin American bank. Strategic partners. Due diligence pinged my radar. Board ties to Ruiz's ex-associates. Coincidence? Or Hydra heads? Nights in my Tribeca loft. View of the Hudson glittering like fool's gold. I pored over ledgers. Mia's ghost at my shoulder. Burn it. Liz. Her last text. Pre-breach. If I go. Finish. Finish what? The war? Decision loomed. Flag the merger. Tank Phoenix stock. Jobs lost. Or greenlight. Risk complicity. Controversial calculus. Innocence again? My thigh ached phantom. Reminder. Hesitation kills. Board meeting. Oak table. Voss's old seat empty. CEO fresh blood. Ernest pitched. Synergies.
Growth.
Elizabeth. Eyes on me. Derek's echo. Trust earned. I cleared throat. Concerns. Offshore entanglements. Vet deeper. Murmurs. Pushback from a Silver Fox VP. Hargrove Light. Risk averse much? We're not Vanguard 1.0.
Not yet, I snapped.
Room chilled. Walked out. Resignation drafted in my head. That night. Bourbon solo. Burner phone rang. Unknown. Senorita Hale. Ruiz says hello. Merger?
Ours. Cartel.
Persistent bastards. He's rotting in La Pacoda. Message received. Laughter. Gravel. Rotting?
Deals cut deep.
Pull plug. Or you're bored. Fertilizes Hudson. Threat veiled. New York style. Hang up. Heart hammering. Controversial pivot. Play ball? No. Escalate. Call to old Fed contact. Anonymous tip. Cartel merger play. Feds swarmed pre-dawn. Raids on the partner bank. Headlines screaming Phoenix dodges bullet. Stock dipped. Then soared. Ethical fortress.
Me?
Hero again. But hollow. Jobs saved? No. Layoffs hit temps first. Irony bites. Twist came gentle. Unannounced. Coffee run. Wall Street cart, falafel guy. Same as day one. Miss Elizabeth. Big now.
Grin.
Still hungry. As he rapped. Envelope slipped in. No stamp. Handwritten. Home. Ripped open. Photo. Faded. Me and Derek. Company picnic, his arms slung casual. My smile naive. Back. Temporary was lie. You were always permanent. Forgive. DH. Derek. From prison. Smuggled. Forgive. The man who'd needled me. Buried Mia. Rage flared. Torch it. But pause. P.S. Ruiz a cellmate. Watch your back. Cellmate. Insider. The machine turned again. I dug. Prison logs.
Bribes.
Ruiz bought influence. Derek his mouthpiece. Merger block. Temporary win. Real war. Dismantle the web. Controversial end. Go rogue. No feds too slow. Hired PIs. Off-books. Ex-cops. Hackers. Traced Ruiz's remittances. Family in Queens. Safe houses in Jersey. Raids.
No exposé.
Leaked to ProPublica. Time drops. First hit. Ruiz's nephew. Brooklyn lender. Usury ring busted. Second. Jersey warehouse. My Soto echo. Coke flood. Arrests. Derek's letters piled. Taunts turning pleas. End this.
Liz.
We're same survivors. Same?
No.
I wrote back. Once. Survivors don't bury. His reply. Confession. Full names.
Dates.
For Mia. Mia's justice. I forwarded to DA. Anonymous. Final twist. Ruiz's trial. Virtual from Colombia.
Me testifying.
Screen glow cold. His eyes, not smug, defeated. The temp, he sneered. You unravel threads. Unraveled you, I said. Gavel, life. No parole. Back in loft. Rain sheeting glass. Phone. Mia's old number, reclaimed? No, voicemail. Synthesized? Burned it down. Proud. Hallucination? Or hack? Didn't matter. I poured Merlot. Raised glass. To permanence. Morning. Board offer, CEO.
Took it.
No temps. All guarded. But rebirth's truth, no end. Betrayals lurk. Secrets burrow. I watch. Always. Hell's not destination, it's the job. And damn if I'm not good at it.